Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because we're about to dive into some game-changing news that could reshape the landscape of the AFC East, and more specifically, the Buffalo Bills' ambitions for this season and beyond. You've probably heard the whispers, the rumors swirling around the league, and if you're a Bills fan, you know how critical every move can be when it comes to positioning this team for a deep playoff run. Well, this latest development involves the Los Angeles Chargers, a team that's been stuck in a bit of a limbo this season with a 3-4 record, and a defense that's been middling at best, allowing 24 points per game. But what's really grabbing attention is their consideration of a blockbuster trade that might just shake up the entire AFC playoff picture. According to some reliable sources close to the league, including insiders like Diana Rossini, the Chargers are eyeing a move that would send Derwin James, their versatile star safety, to the Buffalo Bills in exchange for a conditional second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, this isn't just a typical trade rumor. It's a strategic move that could have ripple effects well beyond this season. The Chargers are apparently feeling the pressure to rebuild quickly, especially given their cap situation, with about $9 million projected to be dead cap in 2026, and the need to focus on bolstering their offensive weapons around Justin Herbert. They want to free up some cap space, around $14 million, to invest in their offensive line and perhaps draft a wide receiver projected as the number 8 pick, aiming to avoid paying a hefty $20 million per year extension to a top-tier receiver when the offseason hits. Meanwhile, the Bills, sitting comfortably with about $20 million in cap space, are closely monitoring this potential move. The team has been somewhat hampered by injuries and roster gaps, especially in the secondary. For instance, their safety Jordan Poyer has been out with a questionable grade lately, and tight end Damar Hamlin remains sidelined due to a concussion, missing his 45th tackle opportunity in recent weeks. With Rapp on IR, the Bills are in a bit of a bind when it comes to their safety depth. That's why acquiring a player like Derwin James, who's not only a 4-time Pro Bowler from Florida State, but also a hybrid safety capable of playing both in coverage and in the box, makes so much sense. This kind of versatility is exactly what the Bills need right now. James, who's known for his explosiveness, has a career total of around 450 tackles, 12 sacks, and 9 interceptions. He's a hybrid beast, an athletic force on the field who can cover, blitz, and stop the run. His PFF grade of 89, 5 in tackles and coverage for 2025 puts him in the top 10 for safeties across the league. He's a player who can elevate the Bills' defense from good to elite. And when you consider his stats, like 48 solo tackles, 5 sacks, 4 interceptions, and an EPA per run of -0.26, you see a player who impacts every facet of the game. His allowed passer rating of 65. 3 and blitz win rate of 20% indicate a disruptive presence who can change the game in a variety of ways. Plus, his run defense grade of 85 and yards after catch allowed of 3.6 yards on average make him a nightmare for opposing offenses. Now, let's talk about the implications of this potential move. If the Bills manage to secure Derwin James, it could be a game changer for their defense, especially in terms of coverage and creating turnovers. Imagine a tandem of James and Poyer, both capable of shutting down opponents' passing games, combined with Von Miller's pass-rushing prowess. He's already got 5 sacks this season, and the defense could see a significant uptick in performance. The projection is that James could help boost the Bills' EPA, expected points added, in coverage by as much as 18%, and the team could see an increase of up to 5 additional interceptions over the course of the season. That's a dramatic shift for a defense that, in recent years, has been solid but not top-tier. This move wouldn't just be about improving the secondary. It's about transforming the entire defense and helping the Bills stay competitive in a division that's heating up. The Dolphins are always lurking with their explosive offense, and teams like the Jets are trying to improve their roster to challenge the Bills' dominance. Adding a player like James could push the Bills from a team that's been slightly inconsistent to a true AFC contender, especially when you factor in the leadership and instinctiveness he brings. His style, often compared to a more dynamic version of Troy Polamalu, is exactly what the Bills need to elevate their game in crucial moments, especially in cold weather playoff matchups. And speaking of playoffs, this potential trade could seriously boost the Bills' chances of making a deep postseason run. Their odds at Super Bowl LX, which have been around plus 900, could jump to plus 600 if this move happens. That's a significant increase in their championship probabilities. It positions them as an X-factor against teams like the Dolphins, who are currently favorites with plus 1,000,000 odds, and even challenges the Bengals and other AFC powerhouses. The addition of James, with his exceptional instincts and explosiveness, could add an estimated plus 11% win probability in cold weather playoff games, making the Bills a team nobody would want to face come January. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate what this could mean in terms of team history and the legacy of the Bills under coach Sean McDermott. This is a team that's been building steadily, with a core of talented players like Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs, but one that has sometimes lacked that extra spark on defense. Bringing in James could be that catalyst, echoing the kind of impact Minkah Fitzpatrick had on the Steelers' secondary, or how other star defenders have turned teams around. It's a move that could solidify the Bills' reputation as a defensively tough team, reminiscent of the dominant defenses of the 90s, with Thurman Thomas's grit and the legendary strategy of McDermott's coaching staff. For the Bills' fans, this is more than just a rumor, it's a potential turning point. The team has been right on the cusp of greatness, and a move like this could be the final piece needed to push them over the top. The fact that Buffalo is investing in their defense, especially in the secondary, shows their commitment to contending now and for the future. Considering their current record of 4-3 and their statistical ranking 18th in interceptions per game at 1-2, they're looking for ways to close the gap and become a true playoff threat. And let's not forget the broader context. The AFC is fiercely competitive this year, with teams like the Chiefs, Ravens, and Bengals all vying for supremacy. But with a star like Derwin James, the Bills could neutralize some of the league's top offenses, especially in the postseason. His ability to cover tightly, play in the box, and create turnovers can be the difference-maker in tight games. And in the playoffs, every possession counts, every stop matters, and having a player of James' caliber could be the edge that propels the Bills into the Super Bowl conversation. Now, circling back to the bigger picture, this trade consideration also highlights the strategic mindset of both teams involved. The Chargers, despite their struggles, are motivated by cap management and the desire to rebuild around Herbert's weapons. They want to avoid paying top dollar to aging stars and instead focus on younger talent who can develop alongside their franchise quarterback. Sending James to Buffalo, a team known for its strong defense and strategic approach, makes sense for them. Plus, it allows them to acquire a future asset that could be valuable in their rebuild. For the Bills, this is an opportunity to accelerate their championship window. They've already shown resilience and talent, but adding a player like James could push them into that elite tier. It's about creating a defense that can dominate in all phases: pass rush, coverage, run defense, and giving Josh Allen even more room to operate with a more balanced team. The offensive core of Diggs, along with Allen's arm and the evolving running game, will be complemented perfectly by a defense that can shut down opponents and create turnovers at critical moments. In conclusion, whether this trade materializes or not, it underscores the intense desire of the Bills to keep pushing forward, to stay ahead of their division rivals, and to finally bring that coveted Super Bowl trophy back to Buffalo. It's a bold move, a strategic gamble that could define their season and set a new standard for what this team can achieve. So Bills fans, keep your eyes peeled, because if this deal goes through, you're going to want to be front and center to see how this new chapter unfolds for your beloved team. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think acquiring Derwin James is the move that takes this team to the next level? Or do you believe the Bills should focus on other areas of their roster? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. Remember, this season is far from over, and with moves like these, the Bills could be on the brink of something truly special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Bills.